American Indians, this is what we're suffering day in and day out. What you seen with Dwayne Wade, what's the other one? What was that other cat, man? He was in the NBA too. Who was it? He was doing the same thing.
Which one?
I can't remember the cat's name. But the whole point of this matter is this. Blacks, Latinos, and the American Indians, you must remember the former age. You got to come back and remember Zion. You got to put on, like the scriptures say, put on your glorious garments, man. You got to come back to the lifestyle that was once ripped from you. You got to forget the American lifestyle. Forget the American dream. The American dream is our American nightmare. The reason why we was lynched and thrown in cars and burnt alive while our children were fed as alligator bait was because we wanted to join to America.
Right.
Because we wanted America to love us. Because we wanted to live the American dream. Well, the American dream is a dream for everybody else. But yet we suffer and we die and we struggle and we go through everything. Most High Christ, we good?
Come,
Most
good,
High
sir.
Christ, give it to my eye, man. Most High Christ. That's a technicality man right there, man. You running behind the scene. Most High Christ, though, but if we good then,
We're good, sir.
let's give me Baruch 3 and 10 if you don't mind.
Come.
The Apocrypha. This is what we gotta come to the understanding. Like I said before, American dream is a lie
Right.
for us. There is no American dream for blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. But you know who there is an American dream for? There's an American dream for the Arabs.
That's right.
American dream for the Africans.
Right.
For the Chinese. For the Japanese. The ones that are beating your women in their stores.
Right.
The ones that are racially profiling you day in and day out. There was a whole bill they're trying to get passed in Winnipeg in Canada. Because Winnipeg is the number one city in Canada, urban city in Canada, with Native Americans in it. So they wanted to pass a bill to try and stop the discrimination towards the Native American Indians, because that's how bad it's gotten. You couldn't walk into a store and you not be harassed as being a Native American Indian. You couldn't walk around the store without being followed and checked. And you got something in your bag. It sounds like a nigga, don't they? It sounds like the same story over and over. You want to know why? Because there is no American dream for us. But we built the American dream. The reason why there even is an American dream, that there's an American economy, that there's this lifestyle to live, is because niggas, spicks, and wetbacks built this place, man. It's because they built it with their blood, sweat, and tears. Because they put us into slavery. Because they forced us by the sword.
Right.
Because they murdered our children.
Right.
Everybody want to talk about that 315 babies, bodies that they found under that boarding school up in Canada. Don't get me wrong, that is a horrible thing. That's a terrible thing. But think about how many are under your churches. Think how many are here today, and you're bringing them to your church, and you're bringing them to these Catholic churches, and they're being molested.
Right.
Think about how many of your children that you forced to be silent and live in these religions, and live in these societies. That's our problem as a people, that we don't want to separate from America.
Right.
That's what we have to do. You have to forget America, man. Like J. Cole said, you can't save her. I love saying that. Just like Kevin Bashak said, you can't save her, man. America is a whore that don't need saving. America is disgusting, man. America is a vile place full of every wicked thing in there, man. That's why America has to be done away with. You got that for me, my young? Corey, read.
Out of the Apocrypha, the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 10. How happened it?
What?
How happened it? Israel.
Who?
Israel.
Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. The Lord is saying, how did it happen? Read.
That thou art in thine enemy's land.
The dog what?
In thine enemy's land.
And what?
Thine enemy's land.
We are in our enemy's land. But this is the land of the Native American.
In thine enemy's land.
It's the land of the Mexican.
Thine enemy's land.
Guatemalan.
Thine enemy's land.
Colombian.
Enemy's land.
We are in our enemy's land, man. The land we once knew as ours has been taken from us, has been stolen from us. We say it all the time. If you're a North American Indian, you know all of this is stolen land.
Damn right.
You know, under all these concrete stones, under all this dirt and all these buildings, lie your bodies. Like the bodies of our ancestors, like the bodies of the Mexicans, of the Salvadorians, of the Guatemalans, of our black brothers and sisters, like our bodies in the streets.
Damn right.
That's the point. We are in our enemy's land. Read.
Kanamukan. That thou art waxing old in a strange country.
We wax old. That we're here. You good? Yeah, no sweat. Yeah, you waxing old in a strange country. What does that mean? You're growing old in this place.
Right.
You're growing to the customs of America. We're in a strange country. Now we're living like they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans. That's exactly what we're doing. We live in the life of a Roman out here. We're living the life of a Greek. We're living the American lifestyle. The American lifestyle lets you go get high.
Right.
The American lifestyle lets you go pop whores.
Right.
The American lifestyle lets you be a drug dealer.
Right.
The American lifestyle not only lets you be a drug dealer, it promotes it. Not only does it do that, it promotes everything the Lord hates. It promotes the LGBTQRS, whatever it is, community. It promotes that. But the Lord hates it. It promotes gay and being all these disgusting things that the Lord cannot stand. And that's what people don't understand. That's what they can't come to the understanding of.
Right.
Is that the Lord hates all these things. Why? And why are we following it? Because we waxing old in a strange land. Because we forgot our customs. Our customs was taken away from us. Our heritage. Everything that we knew of blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians has been ripped from us. Free.
Yeah, right. That thou art defiled with the dead.
Now we're defiled with the dead. Now we're out here like firewood. That's the best way you could describe us. We're like walking firewood. We just live to live.
That's it.
We don't have no purpose. You don't care about doing good for yourself. You ain't got no morals. What we doing as a people, we just getting high. We're looking for our next blunt. We're looking for our next hold pop. That's what we is. We're looking for, that's our lifestyle. We don't have no morality. We have no direction. It's like living life blind. Because that's how we are. You got something to say about that?
And so like what you're bringing out is so heavy because all of it equates to getting high.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like people don't realize that you don't actually have, like our people don't actually have to be on actual drugs to experience that high. Like you said, popping whores. Right. You know what I mean? It's a high that comes with whoring out a woman. You know what I mean? Or sleeping with a whore. It's an adrenaline rush. It's endorphins that are released. And we live in such terrible conditions. You know what I mean? At the bottom of the barrel that we do everything to numb our pain. So all of that, you don't have to drink alcohol or do a drug. All of it is getting a cheap high, a cheap thrill to make you forget your problem.
It's all sensory. It's all a sensory. Like you said, we do all these things in America. We're drunkards in America. There's nothing wrong with getting drunk. Once you become a drunkard, once you become an alcoholic, our brothers on the Native American Indian reservations know it best. And some, we're dealing with alcoholism so bad that we can't even allow liquor stores to be on our reservation.
Right.
Because they're struggling with it that bad. There's brothers drinking hairspray to try and get drunk. There's brothers out there drinking, what's the other thing that got alcohol in it? What?
So like I said, I remember in the '90s when I was younger that I saw a report where they were actually drinking like watered down paint thinner.
Yeah, paint thinner. Yeah. That's the one. Go ahead, sis.
They also like Huff keyboard cleaner. They call it huffing. They do it with glue too.
And gasoline.
Gasoline and markers.
You see what I mean? This is a destroyed people. That's what. Read that last part one more time.
That thou art defiled with the dead.
Now we're defiled with the dead. We're the Lord's greatest people. No one's like us, man. Everybody knows that. They see us in our prime. They see Mike Tyson in the ring. They see the North American Indians at the powwow. They see the Mexicans cooking up the best food, the Salvadorans, the best women. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
no one can see us.
Right.
No one can see us in everything. But then you look at us in our struggle. We're destroyed. We're defiled with the dead. We're amongst the dead. How are we defiled with the dead? It's like imagine being in a cemetery or in a mass grave, just with all the dead bodies and all the blood and diseases. You're all covered in, but you're living.
Right.
You're defiled with the dead. We're defiled with the dead. Why? Because we're spiritually dead here in America. We have no moral compass. We think us being Native American Indians, we gotta accept everybody. We gotta accept the gay.
Right.
We gotta accept Thomas Jefferson. We gotta accept colonialism. We gotta accept the children of Columbus, our oppressors. We gotta accept everybody under the goddamn sun, but nobody can accept us.
Right.
When we go to Winnipeg and we go and just try to go to damn Walmart and we get racially profiled, oh no, we gotta just stand with that.
Right.
We gotta accept them. We gotta be better than them. The amount of times I heard that stupid, we gotta be better than them. The hell with that. I'm segregating from them. That's what they want me to do.
That's right.
They don't want me to go to the same store that they do. I open my own store. They don't want me to be amongst them and live amongst them. Neither do I then. They don't want me to be with their women. I don't want to be with their women.
Right.
I got the greatest woman. Everybody wants us, our women, Native women, black women, Hispanic women. Everybody wants our women except us. We don't want to deal with that headache. And I can't stand niggas when they tell me that, man. It's a headache. The loud mouth. I'm not trying to hear that.
So like I said,
If I could,
Yeah.
I'd let you. It comes from a masculinity.
Comic-Con.
It comes from white supremacy.
Comic-Con.
How the hell you gonna rule? You gonna try to be a man, be out here in the streets and everything, but you can't run your damn woman.
Right.
A woman from your own race, that says something about you. The amount of times I had brothers told me about the mouth of a black woman is why you can't be with her, or the craziness of a Latina, that's why you can't be with her. It sounds so soft, man. You tell me you got no type of masculinity in your body to stand up to some estrogen?
Right.
You feel me? Go ahead, man.
Like
What you gonna say?
they'll say that they don't want to deal with our women because of their mouth or this, but they would rather go and deal with that cold skin.
Right.
You know what I mean? Of the oppressors of the Edomite women.
A damn
You know what I mean?
reptile.
Yeah, kind of that cold, clammy skin, and that when they get wet, they'd rather deal with the dog. They'd rather deal with dog smell in their house than to deal with the women of our nation. That's foolish.
But that's fine. That's fine, man. Let them do it. Let them do it.
Comic-Con.
Let them go do it.
Comic-Con.
Because UPK, we taking all of them. I pray we
right.
understand.
I pray that.
If y'all don't want it, that's fine. We'll take all of them and we'll change them and we'll turn their lives around. And you're going to see it every single day. Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we are defiled with the dead. Why? Read one more time, you could, man.
Comic-Con.
The entire thing.
The entire thing. It's the book of, out of the Apocrypha, the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 10.
Go ahead.
How happened it, Israel,
Go ahead.
that thou art in thine enemy's land?
That we are in our enemy's land. This is no longer the nation that we used to know it. Native Americans love to call what we used to address America as Turtle Island.
Right.
That's what Turtle Island. This ain't Turtle Island no more. This is the American Empire.
Right.
This is the monopoly called America. This is America as you've never seen it before in true power. This is the Roman Empire rebirth. This is the Greek and the Babylonian and what's the other one? Sodom and Gomorrah, all replaced back here on earth. Why? Because all those ideologies that they used in that captivity, in that kingdom, they brought it here to America.
That's right.
They brought all those religions, all those philosophies, all that gay here to America. That's what we don't understand. That's why we're destroyed here in this place, man.
Right.
Why? Because America has been joined up and built up by every other major society, by every other false religion, by every other false kingdom that had us in slavery.
Damn right.
Go ahead.
Comic-Con, that thou art waxing old in a strange country.
So now we're waxing old in a strange country. Now we're here in America thinking we African Americans, we Latinx,
Right.
we Latino Americans, we're Hispanic Americans, that means Mexican American, Native American. We everything under the goddamn sun.
Right.
And now we joined ourselves to America. We're 500 years here in America now. It's okay to get high.
Right.
Now it's okay to eat pork.
Right.
Now it's okay to be gay. Now we're making excuses for everything under the sun. But back then, Native Americans were not homosexual.
Damn right.
Back then, the North American Indians had a diet of cleanliness. They knew what foods to eat and what not to eat that the Lord prescribed.
Right.
Same with blacks and Hispanics. We had a lifestyle that we lived. We had a morality. We had a moral compass. But now you're here in America, you'll shoot your own brother in the goddamn back.
Right.
Why? Because he's from a different block. That's the point. The North American Indians, we used to be joined together as one people. We knew what it was. We'd had differences. Just like every nation had differences. But here in America, America divided us and made us hate each other. The amount of Native Americans that hate Mexicans is ridiculous. The amount of Native American Indians that hate their black brothers is ridiculous. We've seen it before. The hatred that one has for one another. Why? Because white supremacy has taken over the reservation. White supremacy took over the ghettos. White supremacy took over the barrios. How? With the American dream.
That's right.
That old false doctrine. Come here, we could all join together. We could all be something great and one people. It's all a goddamn lie, man. It's a hoax. It's all a goddamn hoax. Any more on that?
Comic-Con.
Go ahead.
That thou art defiled with the dead.
Now we're here in America defiled with the dead. We're here in America. There's no difference to us in the other nations. All these other nations, the bat-eating, we're compared to the bat-eating Asians.
Right.
I don't ever want to be compared to them.
Right.
Black people are compared to the damn Africans. There is no comparison to that.
Yeah.
But yet that's what we are. Why? Because we're in a strange land defiled with the dead. Now we do what the East Indians do. Now we do what the Asians do. Now we do what the Africans do. You can't tell who's God's chosen people. Why? Because we're all doing the same thing. We all don't have a morality compass. Why? Because who did we learn from? We learn from the killer of all killers. We learn from the drug dealer of all drug dealers. We learn from the rapist of all rapists. And that's our father, the oppressor. That's what happened to us. Our oppressor, the European, taught us to hate our brothers, taught us to hate our women, taught us to pimp them and prostitute them and to never love them,
Right.
to never correct them. Taught you instead of correcting that black or Hispanic or Native American woman to go get you a white woman.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's what happened to us. America destroyed and weakened us. You could give me Ezekiel 35:5, man. This is where you got to come, like we said. The whole point of this is to remember who you are, and you can't remember who you are without remembering the crimes that they done to us as a people. Now, if you forget the crimes, if you forget the history, you're gonna forget who you are, because that what made you who you are. All the struggles of your people that they struggled here in America, it wasn't written down for no reason. It made for you to revise. Like here in the Israelite School of UPK, we read thousands of books, hundreds of books. We got an entire book list that is thick on our website. Why? Because the amount of books that we reach into, everything that we touch on, is a story that blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians were made to forget. Our story here in America they made us forget our story and gave us their version of it.
Right.
They taught you that the North American Indians and blacks and Hispanics never joined together, or they never thought about coming together, and they never, they were never selected. Right. They never, they in the same land. They were always blooming. They in the same land, suffering the same oppression, and they never thought one time, like, oh, we should join together.
Right.
That's what they teach you in the college and high school, everything. They never stopped to teach you that blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, like my bro right here, he got black Indians with him. Yeah, right. Black Indians is a heavy book. Why? Because it touches on the relationship that we had at blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shameless plug. Speaking on that, we got a lecture here in Chicago, July 23rd, with myself and Precinct Officer 1000 Thapawan coming all the way from Cali, touching about the division that they did to blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians.
Yeah, right.
So you want to hear more about that? You want to get into what we're talking about, how they divided us as a people, and how we once were united and we knew we were family? Make it down to that lecture, man. That's 938 East 79th Street, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, right. Come on.
No, you had something to say, man?
Oh, line, sir.
Go ahead.
You said it all. I just, like you said, shameless plug. The lecture is called How Colonization Divided Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Right.
And I want to add on to that title, Until This Day.
Damn right.
Because they did such a good job destroying us, and that's what you're bringing out today, sir. And that's what the lecture is going to actually show, the history, the actual physical history of that division.
Right.
It's going to be a powerful lecture by two of the mightiest Gadites in the UPK, and I really do suggest that all of you come to Chicago for the Midwest Fire Weekend, July 22nd through the 24th, and on the 23rd, come down from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and be a part of this lecture.
It's gonna be outstanding, man. The entire weekend gonna be off the chain. If you ain't there, I know what you're doing.
Right.
If you're able to make it there and you're not there, I know what you're doing.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Read.
Come, it's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and 5, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
What's a perpetual hatred?
Sir, something perpetual means it keeps going. It doesn't need any more push or motivation. It started and it just doesn't stop.
It never changing.
Right.
Never changing hatred. The people that hated, they're talking everybody about it right now. They're talking about the boarding schools. They want to dig up every single boarding school. Use sonar to go into the boarding schools locations in Canada, and the government doesn't want to do it because they know there's bodies underneath it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that should show you the same people that murdered and slaughtered you 500 years ago, their children are not here still hating you.
Damn right.
They're still here, and they still have that same hatred. That same hatred that killed Sitting Bull, that killed Geronimo, that threw us in reservations, that threw us in the boarding schools, that didn't even allow us until the early 80s to leave the reservation without being threatened to be killed and burnt alive. That same hatred is still here. Go ahead,
sir. If I could, sir. And what you're bringing out is so heavy. Not only is that hatred there, the children of those people that killed our young brothers and sisters in those boarding schools, their children to this day are continuing to cover up the crimes.
That's the point.
That's the thing. They'll be quick to say, "Oh, I didn't do it. Right. Oh, I wasn't a part. I didn't own slaves. I didn't kill Native Americans. I wasn't in the cavalry." You know what I
Right.
mean? I wasn't teaching at a boarding school, but your great-great-great-grandfather, grandmother, auntie, uncle, whatever was. And now y'all are in political offices and y'all run society and you cover and continue to cover their crimes up. And when the crimes get discovered, you just brush them off and nobody gets punished.
And what you're saying is so heavy, Mayad, because the fact that they're even still on Native American land shows that they benefit from it.
Damn right.
The Native American Indians are thrown on reservations. A lot of people haven't been to too many reservations, but I have. The ones I've been to is damn near detrimental. It's no different than the ghettos here in America. Some of them even worse. They even got running water. I know some reservations that still to this day don't have running water. In 2021, don't have running water. They got to go all the way to the damn rivers, the damn wells, and get water for themselves. That's the lifestyle they live. Some of them don't even got electricity. Some of them, some brothers and sisters are struggling with addictions and mental illnesses. The reservation is a hellhole. That's why I'm trying to paint the picture for you. The reservations is a hellhole. But yet our oppressors live here in America and they live tremendously great. They live amazingly. They're the true illegal immigrants, but they came here and established America, and now the Native Americans can't exist here.
Right.
Now the Latinos are illegal and they can't be here and they got to be hunted down.
Right.
That's what they done to us. They took over this place and they made us the criminals. They made us the drug dealers. They made us the rapists. They made us out to be the scapegoat. But yet here's the thing. We built America.
Damn right.
America is built over our blood, sweat, and tears.
That's right.
That's why I never understand how you can hate these people so much. Christopher Columbus said it best. He said it. There's no peaceable people.
Right.
There's been no better nation than the North American Indians. When he came here, he wrote it in his diary. There's no one better than this people here. There's have I ever seen a greater nation. They must be enslaved.
So, like I said, if I could,
go ahead.
If you look on the very cover of this book, A Short Account of the Destruction of the Indies.
Right.
If you look at the Native American brother right on the front of the book, he's pleading with the conquistadors. You can look at that brother. Our enemies know what happened to the point where the cover of the book, and that's an old picture that they photoshopped onto that book, where you can see that brother sitting there with all his people behind him, pleading to that conquistador, you know what I mean, for mercy, and he got none.
That's the point. They want to paint Christopher Columbus as an American hero.
Right.
They want to paint George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, all as being the greatest people to ever exist. The founding fathers. That's what they say. The founding fathers of America. When the North American Indian is the founding father.
Damn
the
right.
Mexicans is the founding fathers.
Damn right.
The black man is the founding father. It wouldn't be all these nations and all these societies and all these cities able to live peacefully, able to dwell and build in America without niggas, spicks, and wetbacks.
That's right.
If it wasn't for us picking up the slack, if it wasn't for us working in your fields, if it wasn't for us being the skywalkers and building them skyscrapers, you wouldn't be able to live in your condos.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to live in your multi-million mansions. You wouldn't be able to live in the suburbs and throw us in the urban cities and throw us in the reservations. But you used us. You used the likes any whore uses a man. Read if you could.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
What?
Shed the blood of the children of Israel.
He shed the blood of the children of Israel. So the Lord's saying right here, not only do you have a never-ending hatred, you can't be filled. Like, that's what the Lord's saying right there. You got a hatred that can't be stopped, man.
Right.
Like, damn, you took their land, you took their culture, you took their heritage, you threw them on reservations. Then when you threw them on reservations, you flooded it with drugs.
Right.
You flooded it with meth. You flooded it with crack cocaine. You flooded it with heroin. So now that they destroyed damn near half dead, damn near everyone's on the reservation suicidal or dealing with some type of mental illness or alcoholism or drug abuse, while they're dealing with that, then you want to say, oh, you know what? Let's keep killing them.
Right.
The black man and the Native American man are number one to be shot by police officers to this day in 2021.
Right.
But why you don't see them statistics? Why don't you see the death toll of the North American Indians? Why don't you see all these sisters are being stolen off the reservation? Why? Because they still have that perpetual hatred.
Right.
They shed the blood of the children of Israel. They shed the blood of God's chosen people, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They shed our blood here in America. Our blood has been shed. If you could, like the Lord said, if you could hear if the rocks could cry out, they would. They would tell the story of all the blood that is underneath these rocks, man. All the blood that is underneath this dirt. If you could rinse out America like a towel, the blood that would come from it fill up a pool of all the millions of souls, damn near to 1 billion, that have been lost here into America due to colonization, due to our oppressor wanting to manifest destinies. That is one of the things I couldn't stand the most. You think just because you're an oppressor and you're a European, you think you have a right to this entire world. Well, guess what? Niggas got right to this entire world. They're the rightful owners.
Damn right.
The Native American Indians, you have rights to this entire world. You are the rightful owners.
That's right.
The Native American Indians, the Hispanics, the Spics, and the Wetbacks, the ones that you hate so much, they're the ones meant to rule this earth.
Damn
not
right.
you. Look what happens when our oppressor runs the world. Look what happens when Europeans get a chance. They don't know how to act.
Right.
They damn near destroying the ozone layer. They're killing the polar bears out in Antarctica. The Amazon was just on fire. Australia.
So like I said, I just found out an interesting fact. They say that right now there are only about, I think they said 25,000 lions left in the world. Lions. Everybody, lions, tigers, and bears. The lion is the symbol of Judah. You know what I mean? The lion is one of the king of the jungle. But they said there's only about 25,000 lions left in the entire world. And that number is as we saw a couple years ago when that oppressor killed, what was it, Cecil the lion?
Yeah, that Dennis.
Yeah, that Dennis when they killed Cecil the lion, and then we start getting all these pictures after that of these oppressors posing with lions. Right. You know what I mean? They're slowly but surely eliminating every species known to man.
That's the point.
Especially blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
That's the point. If Jesus Christ had not come back, if Jesus Christ is not coming back, a lot of niggas like to claim that. If you think Christ is not coming back, y'all screwed. I'm telling you right now, there is going to be no salvation for the Native American Indians if Jesus Christ doesn't come back.
Damn right.
You're going to be extinct just like Cecil the Lion. I pray we understand.
Pray you.
Yeah, like all the animals he has slaughtered and murdered and wiped off the face of the earth. So will he do the same to the North American Indians.
That's right.
So will he do the same to the Mexicans, the Salvadorans, the Cubans, the brothers from Puerto Rico, Guatemala. So will he do the same to all of them. And so will he do the same to the black man. So will he do the same to us. Go and read.
Khan. And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
And by the force of the sword, by slaughtering us through a slave trade, by forcing us to work in your fields. The Native American Indians were forced to put to work when Columbus first came here. He damn near did, when Columbus left America, he damn near wiped the entire population out of the Americas.
That's right.
Over 80 million people died at the hands of Columbus. That's 80 million men, women, and children. Just so you can understand how many people that is, that's 8 times the Holocaust.
Damn right.
The Holocaust, the Jewish man loves to claim, but the true Holocaust was the Native American Indians being put through that slaughter.
Right.
They say, over 11 million people died in the Holocaust, and it's horrible, and it's a tremendous thing, and we gotta feel bad. Okay, I hear you. Try 80 million. Try 100 million South and Central American Indians that died as well. Try the 100 million black people that died on the boat, just the boat ride. Just the boat ride alone, 100 million.
On the ride. If I may,
go ahead.
And I didn't know they said 11. They upped the number because I grew up. They always said 6 million.
Oh, really?
The Holocaust was 6 million. They make it seem. You have to hear how they say it. Over 6 million.
Right.
But then when they talk about the Trail of Tears, they say, 80 million, 20 million. Like it's nothing. They talk about the transatlantic slave trade. Oh, yeah, 100 million niggas died. Yeah. You know what I mean? They make it seem like nothing, but they get that passion in their voice when they 6 million died in the Holocaust.
And you can't talk bad about the Holocaust.
This
video might get taken down for me even mentioning the Holocaust. Because I didn't even say nothing bad about it, but you can't disrespect the Holocaust. You can't disrespect the Jewish man's plight for the 5 years. For the 5 years that he had to go through some pain and suffering. You
Right.
can't speak about it. But what about 500?
Right.
Try 500.
Right.
Try 500 years of rape and slaughter and colonization and your culture being stolen from you. They still had their culture. They was in them Jewish concentration camps, keeping Passover, doing everything else. They still had their customs, the customs that they stole from us. They still kept it. They're here in Palestine to this day, living it up. Owning the Diamonds District, opening Times Square, owning everything, owning Hollywood.
Right.
They own everything on this goddamn earth. And you can't speak about the 5 years of plight they had to suffer through. But the niggas, Spicks, and Native American Indians and the savages that you hate so much that went through 500 years.
Damn right.
500 years of slaughter and downfall and destruction. Yeah, you know, that was a long time ago, man. That was a long time ago. We got to get past that. We got to get over that as a people. But let you say that about the Holocaust. It's over with. Let you say, oh, we need to get over the Holocaust. That was a long time ago. We need to forgive Germany for that. You know, German people, they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know no better. You know, you can't blame the Germans for that. You can't put the Germans.
Salakia, sir, damn it, that's anti-Semitic.
That's anti-Semitic, man. You can't be saying all these things. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, when it's our plight, when it's our destruction.
Right.
And that's the thing that kills me. Donald Trump, all these politicians. I'm just saying Donald Trump because he was the most hold up. What's her name? Who's the vice president? Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Her name Kamala.
Kamala Harris went to Guatemala, sat with the president of Guatemala, and told when she got on the mic to speak to the Guatemalans, because remember there was that big convoy that happened like in 2016, 2017, where they were damn near shooting, throwing tear gas, throwing spears at the people at the border that were coming in trying to seek salvation. Why? Because America damn near destroyed Guatemala. America destroyed all of South and Central America. So they came here just like the Arabs come here, just like the East Indians come here. They destroyed their country, so they come here to America, and America opens them with open arms. So the Hispanics, the Guatemalans, the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans, they try here doing the same thing, and they casted them out. Well, over the weekend, Kamala Harris, whatever the hell her name is, the East Indian bastard of a woman,
damn right,
went down to Guatemala, told the people of Guatemala, God's chosen people that have the right to inherit the earth, don't come. Don't come to America. The first thing she said, she didn't even address nothing. All she said was, "You're thinking about coming to the border, don't come." Like that, you in a whole nother country, you know. You think, oh, this is a beautiful country, I'm glad to be here. Don't come. You think about coming to the border, just don't do it. Don't do it. And they riled behind them. Everybody saying she did this to gain the Republican support, but I thought they were Democrats.
Right.
That shows you that they all on the same playing field. They all hate niggas. They all hate Spicks. That's what you got to realize. That's what they view you all as at the end of the day. That's why she said that. She said that to these little Spicks that are all poor and in poverty. Don't come to America. They got all these Trump supporters, all these Republicans, all these white nationalists talking about we're going to go to the border with guns and AR-15s and shoot at whoever comes to that border. They shows you how much they hate you in America. And it makes no sense. The perpetual hatred, as we said before, it's a never-ending hatred.
If I may with the scripture.
Go ahead.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
In the time of their what?
Calamity.
Break it down.
So like you said, so it's saying that during the time, okay, when we as a people are in our worst situation, you know what I mean? When we're at the very bottom, we're struggling harder than we've ever had to struggle before. When our downfall and our destruction is at hand, they come in slaughtering and killing us. Like you said, how they did in Guatemala. You know what I mean? Guatemala is a war-torn country.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it may have been rebuilt some here and there. They got little cities where, our oppressors can go on vacation and say that they down there and take pictures.
Right.
But for the most part, if you go to Guatemala, then you've been in El Salvador.
Right.
You've been in the worst parts of Puerto Rico. You've been in every barrio and reservation in America. Not only that, let's be for real. You've been in Kingston, Jamaica.
Right.
You know what I mean? You've been in Haiti.
Right.
All of these places, when you get out of the resort areas,
That's the point.
All of them look the same. People are living in poverty. People are living in huts. They, like you said, they barely have running water. You know what I mean? And they live in the worst squalor-like conditions possible.
And you know what's crazy about that, man? Like you saying, man. And there is no, like we said about the Jewish man, the same with the damn Africans. They got tons of fundraising. Let's go help Africa. Let's go build up Africa. Build up Uganda. What about the Mexicans?
Right.
They're in a goddamn civil war right now. The damn cartels is tearing Mexico up to shreds, man.
Right.
It's a goddamn war zone right down there, man. They gunning down, killing people, kicking people out their homes, killing them, stealing children. It's a damn war zone down there. And the reason I keep bringing it up, South and Central America, is because South and Central America has been made that because our oppressor did that to us.
Yeah, right.
America funded the drug cartels.
That's right.
America funded Pablo Escobar.
Yep.
Pablo Escobar was a damn heathen. He was a Spaniard of Spaniard descent.
Wakanda.
Teamed up with the CIA, sent cocaine out to America, and they sent him guns.
Right.
Plenty of guns. They sent the Mexican cartels plenty of guns. Why? To destroy yourselves.
That's right.
The same way, all them guns are down there in Mexico. They are in the hands of drug dealers. In Guatemala, Colombia, they are American-made weapons. They are American standard issue assault military weapons.
That's right.
These are military-grade weapons coming from the U.S. military. How they end up there? The CIA gave it to them.
That's right.
The FBI, the ones you think is over here fighting them, gave it to them. They talk about it all the time. Who was it? Oliver North. Was it not? Or
which one?
Iran
Contra.
Iran Contra. Yeah, to fund a war, to fund a possible war that was going to happen in Iran, they put drugs and guns and started an entire civil war with the Contras down in South America and pushed cocaine to the limits.
And so, like I said, if I may, if brothers and sisters would take a moment to look at that show, Snowfall.
Right.
Excellent show, one of my favorite shows on TV right now. It's a semi-fictionalized telling of this exact story, how they started off with the boy Freeway Ricky Ross.
Right.
They started off and gave him tons of cocaine. Tons of cocaine that he pushed in Compton. They gave him so much cocaine in California that it was too much for him to move on the streets of California. Now, you know how big a state of California is.
Right.
It was too much for him to move in California, so he had to branch out. I saw an interview with him. He grew up near, I can't remember which freeway it is, but it's a local freeway that back then you take that freeway to get to other parts of the country. He had so much cocaine and could not get rid of it all that him and his people, the FBI, the CIA agent suggested that he expand, and they hopped on that freeway and they came to Chicago. They went to New York. They went down to the south. They went to the southern states. They went and hit every major city in America and every big, little, small town that they could find and spread their cocaine, and all of that money went back to fund that civil war that they were trying to kick off in with the Iran-Contra thing.
That's the point. Not only in that, while he was doing that, he destroyed the ghettos of America.
Damn right.
He destroyed the reservations. Then back home, he destroyed the barrios. He destroyed God's chosen people on every major front. He's a cunning hunter, like the scriptures say. He's a cunning bastard, our oppressor. He does everything for a reason. That's why he's promoting the LGBTQ community.
Right.
That's why he's promoting you to be a drug addict, to go get high. It's just weed. It's just some weed, my God. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you.
It's from the earth.
It's from the earth. It's all natural. That's what they tell you. Why? Because America wants you to be weak.
Right.
America wants you to be in your calamity.
Yeah,
Like the scriptures say, if their God is with these people, let us not go to war against them. Like it says in the Apocrypha, that they know if the Lord is with you, they don't stand a chance.
Damn right.
But everybody thinks all these organizations and all these civil rights that claim to stand for the Native American Indians, the Native American Indian movement, the Warrior Society, y'all think y'all gonna beat the white man with guns.
Right.
Y'all think buying all the AR-15s and AK-47s, you gonna get them. The nigga got lasers, man. I don't know what to tell you. He got an entire Star Wars program, man. He got what they called again?
Space Force.
The Space Force. He have a Space Force. They're not worried about your AK-47.
Right.
Your little Space Force makes your AK-47 looks like a 22. That's what you don't understand. It's all you don't have the force to go with him head on. What you need is your God to fight for you.
That's right.
You need the God of the savages to fight for you.
Damn
the
right.
God of the niggas, the God of the spicks and the wetbacks. Jesus Christ, who is a brother to them, is coming back to save them. He's coming back to save the Native Americans. He's coming back to save the Hispanics. He's coming back to save the black man, woman, and child. But for it to happen, you got to change your life. You can't keep living this lifestyle. You have to remember the former age. Read, any more on that?
Khan.
Go ahead.
By the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
In the time that iniquity had an end. Once we stop sinning, man, it's all over with. The whole table flips on these devils, man. But you gotta stop being a drug dealer. You gotta stop being a gay person. You gotta stop. Excuse me. You gotta stop following all these religions. You gotta stop being in these political parties.
Damn right.
You gotta stop being a gang member. You gotta stop sleeping with your brother's wives. On the reservation, it's damn near a tradition to sleep with your brother's wife. It's disgusting, man. And we have to get that. And who we get that from? We got that from the fraternities. We got that from the Greeks and the Romans, who is what? Our oppressors.
Right.
We got it from these Europeans that didn't even know how to wash themselves when they first met us. The gay and the homosexuality agenda, we got that from them as well.
That's right.
To be drug dealers, like he said, the FBI and Ronald Reagan were the biggest drug lords that ever be out here.
Damn right.
They were making so much money, it was ridiculous. They made Pablo Escobar look small.
Right.
Because the money they was funding and shoveling all throughout Black and Hispanic America was ridiculous, man. And this is what they did to destroy us as a people. Drop that, Mayad. Give me Job 36, verse 14. Now, like Mayad was bringing out about all that, through everything we suffered, everything we've been through these last 500 years here in America has made the condition now we see here in the ghettos.
Right.
Now he made the condition that we see in the reservations, in the barrios, because of everything we've been through, all the slaughter, all the downfall, all the destruction towards our people, it's all added up. That's our problem, because we forgot our love for one another.
Right.
As Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we forgot to love our brothers, man. The Puerto Ricans don't know how to love the Mexicans. The Mexicans don't know how to love the Salvadorans. The black man don't know how to love the Jamaican man, the Haitian man. They don't know how to love the brothers, the Native Americans up there in Canada.
Right.
The Native Americans don't know how to love the Hispanics. The Native Americans don't know how to love the black man. Why? Because they destroyed us and they divided us. That's why in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana, there is no division.
Damn right.
Up in here, we are all family. I can't say it enough. It's a repetitive thing. So you can get it drilled in your head. I'm trying to brainwash them. You are family. You understand? Drill it in your mind that there is no different from black and brown people, man. We got to come together as one people. Job 36 and 14. That's where you got to come to the realization, because the same struggles are in the reservations are happening in the barrios.
That's right.
Are happening in the ghettos here in America. You have to change your life, man. You have to stop living this life of corrupt that you've been living for so long. Why? Because this lifestyle is not ours. It's the American lifestyle. It's the lifestyle of our oppressor. You got it from me, man? Go ahead.
It's the book of Job, chapter 36 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
They die in youth.
They what?
They die in youth.
Our children die in youth, man. Who that sound like? You can't tell me this Bible isn't ours. Who dies in their youth? What's the old saying? I'll be lucky to make it to 21. I'll be lucky to make it to 25. Go ahead, man.
So I can Edomites got an old saying also. They say, live fast and die young.
Live fast and die young. How can you forget that? They don't live fast and die young, though. They live fast and they live for a long time. They live for a good... Them FBI agents, like Maya was saying, that all them CIA agents that was pushing the cocaine.
Right.
Like, you think you push cocaine. You think you push crack out here. They was pushing it. They was funneling it. You understand? They living a good life. Their children are set out with multi-million mansions and houses. They don't got to worry for nothing for the rest of their lives. But Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you suffer day in and day out here in America every single day.
That's right.
You suffer and you are destroyed every single day here in America. And no one suffers like you. No one been through what you've been through. That's why it says what? They die in the youth.
That's right.
They die here in America. You'd be lucky to make it to 21. The amount of times I heard that in my life is ridiculous. Because that's that demon on you. Brothers want to live fast and not even think about it. Brothers live in such in a destructive hellhole that they be fine to die by 21. I knew one brother. I'll never forget this cat, man. I don't know where he is, and I pray the best. I think about this brother every damn day. This brother, he was a cool cat. I knew him in high school. We was going to sign up for the military. I did it, because I found my true military, which is the ISUBK under command.
That's right.
But the brother did it. We was going through the trainings, because they had training like every Saturday to get you prepared for boot camp and everything. So he was going to it and everything, and he was asking me, like about the school and all that. And I gave him the breakdown for the military. And you're not supposed to be in the military. He was a Hispanic brother, so I was telling him, they don't love the Mexicans. I'm like, you gonna go fight and die for Donald Trump? Donald Trump was still in office. I'm like, you gonna go fight and die for Donald Trump? And you think Donald Trump gonna fight for you? And he just looked at me. He's like, man, to be honest, I'm not here for none of that. I said, what you in it for then? He's like, I'm not here for American patriotism. I'm not here for, to serve my country. He's like, nigga, I'm going to die. He told me like that. He's an 18-year-old kid. He told me, I'm going to die. Either I'm going to die out there or I'm coming back with a Camaro. He said, either way, it's a win-win situation. He said, I'm going over there, and I'm either coming back with money, hopefully, or I'm going over there and dying. He's like, either way, it's a win in my eyes. That's a destructive mindset. That's the mindset that every Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian man has now here in 2021. It's 2021. It's 500 years of blood, sweat, and tears that you put into this place. It's gonna drive any man mad. You know what the meaning of insanity is, right? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, and that's our problem. Blacks and Latinos and Native American Indians. You think we tried it all? We tried the marching. We tried holding hands in hands. We tried sitting down with one another. There's even some Black people that are white supremacists. There's some Native Americans that are white supremacists. There's some Mexicans that are white supremacists. And still they don't love us.
Right.
Still they don't accept us as a people. We've done everything for America, but they don't give a damn about you, man. So you know what? Don't give your talents to America.
Right.
Don't live for America. Let America burn, man. And we're going to see why I read.
And their life is among the unclean.
The what?
And their life is among the unclean.
Just like the last scripture we brought out. Their life is among the unclean. We're unclean here in America. We're doing every disgusting thing, every wicked thing. We're getting high. We're being drug dealers. We're being drug addicts. We're letting our daughters and our sisters be whores. This is all the causes of our calamity. This is all because of our downfall. It's all because of Ronald Reagan wanting to push drugs in our neighborhood. It's all because of them wanting to throw the North American Indians on reservations. It's all because they didn't view us as goddamn people. It's all because of manifest destiny. It's all because of Christianity. Because of the Catholic Church, because of the Republicans, because of the Democrats, because of all these devils that thought they were superior to you and had to throw you in. Right. And because you forgot your God, because you forgot the laws of the Lord, because you forgot what made you special as a people, and you forgot his love and his laws, the Lord forgot you.
Yeah, right.
And he let these people overcome you. But Barakatha Yahweh, Yahweh Shah for the Israelite School of UPK, and Barakatha, damn right, clap it up, for Commanding General Yohana. The Native American Indian has a chance to be strong again. The Black man has a chance to be strong again. The Hispanic man, woman, and child have a chance to be strong again.
That's right.
They have a chance to be a family up in here. They're family men up in here, is it not? They're family men up in here. We're building back the Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian households.
That's
man.
right.
Up in here in the Israelite School of UPK, we're building the households back up there. They sought so hard to destroy. On the reservations, we know good that they destroyed our households. That they kicked the Native American man out the household just like they kicked the Black man out the household. They're doing the same with the Hispanics now. They're dividing us and us only. But yet when it comes to white people, when it comes to the Asians or the East Indians, their families never been tighter. Nothing means more to them than family. But as for us as a people, we always had to be on our own.
Yep.
We always had to worry about ourselves. We never had to worry about one another. We never had a family that was actually there to be a family. Why? Because our oppressor destroyed the family household.
That's right.
But up in here in the ISUBK, it's being reborn once again, thanks to Commander General Yohana.
That's
the
right.
generals and the captains and the officers. And it's an amazing thing. If you want to witness it, come get with it.
Damn right.
Keep going. Next.
Verse 15. He delivered the poor in his affliction.
In his what?
In his affliction.
What that mean? You think you got what it means, man?
Come on. Would it be saying, sir, that basically he takes advantage of the poor while they're suffering?
Right. That's the point. He takes advantage, like we just read in Ezekiel, in the time of their calamity.
Right.
It's like that old saying: you're gonna kick a man when he's down.
Right.
You wanna beat a man like the man already fell, slipped, tripped, fell down the stairs. Like, that's us. Not only did we fall on the ground, we fell down the stairs, we slipped, we busted our head over a frying pan, fell on us. Everything, every bad thing that could have happened to you falling down happened. And so you on the ground and you still finna beat that man.
Right.
Not only is you gonna beat that man, you're gonna rob him at the same time.
Right.
You're gonna shave his head. That's what they done to us as a people here in America. In the time of our calamity, in the time that we're destroyed, we're already beaten down here in America. We already love them. We already love this place, but yet they're still taking advantage of us. That's the point. Continue.
And opened their ears in oppression.
And opened their ears in oppression. While they're in the oppression, while they're suffering all this destruction, he's telling them lies. In their oppression, they're telling them lies. He's telling you Christianity. He's telling you to love your oppressor. He's telling you to love the East Indians and the Asians, and that you descend from the Asians. The Native Americans is Asian descent. Black people are African descent. And we are not one people. That they divided us. That's what he did. Even when we're destroyed, he still got to divide us. He still got to pull us away from one another. We're going to get to this last scripture. Give me Proverbs 6 and 16.
Sir.
Book of Proverbs 6 and 16. Because a lot of people don't think the Lord hates. The Lord hates our oppressor for what he done to us. The Lord cannot stand him. And when Christ comes back, he going to have beef with this man. He's going all out. You think they're building that Space Force up in space and all that in the outer universe? Why? Because they want to look cool.
Right.
You think they actually think there's aliens out there? They know who's out there. Who's out there is God, angels, the niggas Spix and Wetback Savior, Christ himself. He's coming back. He's coming back. All them UFO files you saw got released, those are the chariots of the Lord.
That's right.
And they coming back to save his people.
That's right.
That's what you don't understand. And why? Because the Lord got beef with our oppressor for everything that he's done against us. He just said it in Ezekiel 35, for your hatred against our brother, for the perpetual hatred that you had, and the slaughtering of God's chosen people, the children of Israel. You're going to pay for it, man. We read it in Revelations last week. You're going to be killed by the sword. You're going to be put in captivity for everything you've done. And we're going to see why. Read, Maya.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 16. These things doth the Lord hate.
The Lord hates, okay? The Lord has a nation he hates, and there's certain things about people that he hates.
Right.
The first thing he says on here describes our oppressor to the T. Read.
Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him.
Go ahead.
Verse 17, a proud look.
Go ahead.
A lying tongue. And hands that shed innocent blood.
A proud look. A lying tongue.
That's right.
Who has lied more to us than our oppressor, man?
Right.
Who filled us up with all these lies and all these political parties and all this? Oh, well, we're going to get the Native Americans. We're going to get them off the reservations, and we're going to expand the reservation. Well, what they did with Oklahoma. Oklahoma, it's Native American land, half of Oklahoma. That's all treats and lies to you.
Right.
That's a lying tongue. That's a fraud to make you think that they love you.
Right.
That's all. It's all a facade. Then, what'd he say? Hands that shed innocent blood. Who's been more responsible for shedding innocent blood than our oppressor?
That's right.
He slaughtered us in Colombia. He slaughtered us in Mexico. He slaughtered us in America. He slaughtered us in Cuba, in the Dominican Republic, in Canada. He slaughtered us everywhere that we've been, man. And murdered us. He went and got black people all the way from the west coast of Africa. While they was over there trying to survive from the Romans and the Africans, he just came up, you know what, let me just come here, let's go.
Right.
Brought them all the way here to America. There has been no bigger murderer and thief and a liar than our oppressor. And all at the end of the day, he has the audacity to have a proud look about it. He has the audacity to stand proud in America the brave, America the strong. Why? Because he's a proud bastard, man. But like the Lord said, so will he bring you down.
That's
He gonna bring America down, and America's gonna have hell to pay. Why? For their destruction that they did to God's chosen people. For their destruction they did to the niggas, spicks, and wetbacks, man. And that day is coming. Judgment Day, as you know it, is not what you think it is. It's not gonna be all hallelujahs and everybody gonna be sitting in white and white naked babies are gonna come out the sky. That's not what's gonna happen.
Right.
Death and destruction is coming to America.
Damn right.
And it's coming for the bloodshed that you done to God's chosen people.
That's
Damn
right.
Give it up for the Lord. Because that's what the Lord said in the Bible. He said it himself. He hates it. Read it one more time. The 17th.
Kana Wakan. A proud look.
He hates a proud look. He hates the proud look they got on their face every time they see you. You couldn't what? They every time they seen you in the streets, they couldn't even stand you. They had to lynch you. They had to kill you. They had to shoot you in your damn back. Even here in America to this day, they still have sundown towns. When the sun goes down, you go down. You better not come out when the sun is down as a Native American or black man. That's how they painted it out. You is going to end up missing. Read.
A lying tongue.
And a lying tongue. Over 177 treaties broken with the North American Indians. 177 million. That isn't, we got tricked 177 times. That's, damn, take this deal. We're tired of dying. Can you just accept the deal? Are you for real this time? That's 177 plea deals.
Damn right.
That's 177. Okay, you won. Just stop killing us.
Right.
You know, that's 177. Hey, bro, just relax. And every time he sat there and said, this is the last one. Yeah, we're going to be good. Yeah, after this, we're good. And they conceded to murder them and proceeded to destroy them. Read.
Kana Wakan. And hands that shed innocent blood.
And that shed the blood of God's chosen people. We've done nothing to him. Us as Native Americans, blacks, and Hispanics, all we've done is serve and love America. All we do is mop their floors. All we do is serve their gods. All we do is serve in their religions. All we do is teach their children at Sunday school.
Right.
All we do is nanny and breastfeed their children.
Right.
That's all we do. The blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, all you do is serve America. All you do is die in their wars. All you do is go and join their police force. All you do is protect their children. That's what you do. That's what you go and you die in their wars. All you do is fund them and build their society up. But they destroy you. The number one the number one people, I should say, that was working through this pandemic while everybody was in there collecting a check was blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians.
Right.
So literally, America was running on black and brown for the entire pandemic. And yet they want to complain about giving you a goddamn stimulus check. Read, man. What you got to say?
I just want to add on what you're bringing out is so heavy because whenever we go to camp and we speak in public, the number one person that comes against us for speaking out against America, this society, and our oppressors are blacks, Hispanics, and I'm sure if more and more around Native Americans. But definitely blacks and Hispanics. The ISUPK has received more death threats and gun threats from blacks and Hispanics than any other race of people.
Why? Because we read it in Baruch. You waxing old in a strange country.
Damn right.
With blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, what you're going to have to do is separate from them.
That's right.
Let America die, man. America ain't got much life left in it. Let it go down. It's like the Titanic. Imagine you trying to save the Titanic as it's falling.
Right.
Now, get you a lifeboat and leave America. The lifeboat here on the Titanic, which is called America, is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
You and so-called North American, Indian, Black, and Hispanic, get with Commanding General Yohana. Learn how to change the reservation. Learn how to change the barrios. Learn how to change the ghettos. But with that, if we ain't got nothing else, let's clip it. We'll see y'all soon. Like, subscribe, get this page out. Like we said, make it to the Midwest Fire Weekend, July 22nd through the 24th. Lord Allah, we see you there. Shalom.